So about the modulating in this little instrumental section, we're basically doing the same basic riff, but now we're sliding up 2 frets. So what was happening before on the, I said earlier, 2nd and 4th frets is now happening on the 4th and 6th frets. So I'll lead into it again. Sorry, let's do that again. So here's what's happening there. I'm sure you're watching this and saying to yourself, okay, I can hear it, it's the same thing, it's just moved up. And I'm also going to talk about what's happening with another guitar underneath all that in a moment, but let's get to this. So you modulate, so you're going up 2 frets, and you're going 6th fret here with our 3rd finger. So all that's the same, just in a new position. Again. We're done there, and we go back to the original position, and we do this little part again, the tricky part. Once. Back to that power chord thing. So pretty straightforward. I want to just take a moment now, because it just hit me as I was doing it, talk about the picking for this section here. So you could probably get away with doing downstrokes on everything. Oops, let me do that again. Yeah, they're probably downstroking everything, and that's what's giving it the feel. Let me try it with an upstroke feel, and let's see if it's any different. That works too. So now that I've tried it, I guess the answer to this question that I've posed is do what you think feels right, but just try to create a choppy feel with the way you're picking, because that's what makes this work, okay? So we've talked about the modulation. We've gone back into the power chords like usual, into the next verse. Nothing different there. So we've got this little instrumental section, which is pretty cool. On the recording, there's the sound effects of a car racing. It's a tension-creating technique, I guess, in this song, which really does work. Back to the next verse, and then it sets us up for the guitar solo. Now we're going to cover the guitar solo in another video. It's pretty involved, and it'll be a lot of fun, so we'll do that. And then we're going to jump over that right now and get back into the final verse, into the outro of the song. So let me just get my bearings straight here. So the solo brings us back to this. So that's the rhythm underneath the solo at the end, same theme. Into the last verse. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, now what's happening here is, I played through that whole thing just so we can feel it and get to where we want to go. And by the way, I played the bass line there. So if you heard me do that and you're thinking to yourself, hey, he didn't show us that, I just did it to reference the bass. So ignore that. So anyway, so. Diddle 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 do 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 do. And then the song's over. So we basically play the power chord at the 4th fret. twice. Let me just make sure that that's what it is. So. It might actually be two different power chords. Instead of the same one twice, it might actually be, and again, try it both ways. It might actually be the G sharp power chord on the lower strings to the C sharp. So I believe we've covered all the parts. Let me just review quickly here. So we have the intro with a harmony guitar. This cool progression here. We got our verses. I just ran through those chords real quick, but those are the 4 chords. A little bit of an instrumental tease. And that first time, while that's happening, there's another guitar going, redoing the intro as well, which is really cool. Back to the verse, this longer instrumental part with the revving engines, with the modulation. I'm glad I did this. I'm reminded about telling you about the other guitar that's playing underneath, which is really, in my opinion, what creates the cool vibe and feeling here. So when they modulate, let me work my way back into that again. So when that's happening, the other guitar, there's another guitar going, and the other guitar is going. Let me work that out. So. So those chords are power chord at the 6th fret on the A string. Sorry, I threw in the live version there. So let's review that one more time.